The 2010 New Jersey Nets and the 2012 Charlotte Bobcats are two of the worst NBA teams of all time, by far the two worst teams I've ever seen. And we may have to add the 2024 Detroit Pistons to that group. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? I'm going to rebuild the worst team in the NBA, the current day Pistons. I don't care how many years it takes, we are winning a championship in this video. It may take 3 years, may take 5, may take 7, may take 10, but I'm going to turn this team around. I just did a redraft on the Straws channel. I still had Cade Cunningham going number 1. I believe in him. I am also thinking about possibly moving him to the shooting guard spot, but we will see. Also, 2K still doesn't have Start Today fixed, so I did download a Start Today roster here. We're just 2-20 at this point. And with the in-season tournament, it's not going to be the most recent games because it will change over time. And we're going to really have to build this team throughout the draft today, because who in their right mind wants to come to Detroit? This team is garbage. It's not the best free agency destination. So yeah, they are not signing anybody anytime soon. But we do have at least 3 young building blocks. Cade Cunningham, he may be the point guard. I may move him to the shooting guard spot. We will see. But at least we have our franchise guard. Jalen Duren is a beast in 2K. I like him a lot in real life. Super athletic, not going to create his own shot, but could be an all-defensive caliber center. And Ausar Thompson, I just love watching this dude play. You guys saw my video of just kind of my favorite players that I get to watch this year, and Ausar is up there because he could just do a little bit of everything. All we got to do is develop that three-point shot, and he could be a perfect player. For some reason, Troy Weaver, the GM of the Pistons, does not want to trade Bojan Bogdanovic at the deadline. I don't know why. We're definitely going to look to do that. I think we can get a nice first-round pick for him. For some reason, Monty Williams, who's the second highest paid coach in the NBA behind Greg Popovich, who was made the highest in the offseason, refuses to play Jaden Ivey at times. We're going to try to keep developing him. But everybody else after that could be up for grabs. Bagley, Morris, even Beef Stew, Alec Burks, Wiseman, Killian Hayes. The only person I think here that I will think about keeping is Marcus Sasser. But yeah, I'm sorry, Pistons fans, you have to go through this. It's really tough to watch as a non-Pistons fan. And as somebody that I thought they could take maybe a jump this year. I love the development possibly of Cade and Duren and bringing in Monty Williams. I love the Ausar Thompson draft pick. But my God, is this team brutal to watch every night. Oh my God, as I'm recording this, Shams just tweeted that Jalen Duren is going to miss the next 2 weeks with a sprained left ankle. It's just getting so much worse for the Pistons. All right, so we're approaching the trade deadline, and we actually have 15 wins. I'm surprised. I feel like they may not even have 10 at this point. All right, well, we have to start tanking, so I'm going to be moving Bojan Bogdanovic because the Wizards are now better than us. The Jazz are worse than us. I meant the Wizards are worse than us. The Spurs are right there with us as well. All right, we're going to try to trade Bojan Bogdanovic to Philly for Marcus Morris, their first-round pick this year. Could I also... they don't really have any more first. All right, would you slide me Jaden Springer as well? I don't even know if they would be able to take Monty Morris back. Okay, you know what? I'll take the unprotected first-rounder and Morris. But then should I just move Bojan in the offseason? Because he is under contract for 1 more year. You know what? Yeah, I'm just going to move him on draft night. No need to trade him for pick like 25. We are going to make this trade with the Dallas Mavericks. I'm going to be getting their lottery protected first round pick in 2026. I do have to take on Richaun Holmes' contract next year, which is fine. We're not a free agency destination. Like I said, we're not signing anybody. He's not playing for the Mavericks anymore. We're giving them a second and Monty Morris. They're going to get another point guard. So we are definitely going to do this trade. So I don't even think I'm going to play Killian Hayes for the remaining part of the season. It's going to be Wiseman, Sasser, Burks is the 10th man because I may look to bring him back. We're going to play, honestly, Sasser more minutes than we are going to play Marvin Bagley. You know what, to be honest, I don't need to play Alec Burks either, and I don't even want to play Bojan Bogdanovic that much just because he's going to get moved in the offseason. So let's play Cade 35. Let's play Jaden Ivey 35. Let's do the same with Ausar Thompson, and let's do the same, or as many as possible we can, to Jalen Duren. So, yeah, this team is not going to be great. Hopefully, we end up with a top 5 pick in the NBA draft, but we will see. All right, so Alec Burks is a free agent at the end of the year. I don't mind his, veteran presence, his scoring off the bench, so I'm going to give him a 2-year deal worth around $12 million. Like I said, we are not signing anyone. Nobody is coming here. This is the worst free agency destination in the league right now, so we have to re-sign our player. All right, so Nikola Jokic wins his 3rd MVP. No surprise there with those numbers. Matisse Thybulle won most improved. Okay. So we did get Ausar Thompson on all-rookie first team. Actually finished with a similar style line to what he has going on right now. Around 11 points per game, 8 rebounds, north of 5 assists, which is actually a little bit better than what he's got right now. I think he's around 3, 1.5 steals, over a block a night, 40 from the field, lackluster from 3 and from the line, but hey, I will definitely take that from him in his rookie season. Now, the most important thing, did we finish with the worst record in the NBA? Oh my God, what? What? Okay, the team just turns into the 2016 Golden State Warriors, and we end up 35-47. All right, maybe I'll get some luck then. Ugh, I'm really about to add the 11th overall pick to this team. This is brutal. So Cade Cunningham did average 22.5 points, 4.9 rebounds, 4.2 assists. He shot 37 from 3. Like I said, I would have no problem moving him to the shooting guard. Maybe we do draft like an Isaiah Collier or somebody like that. Jaden Ivey kind of finished strong throughout year number 2, but the efficiency is still a little bit rough, so we have to work on that. There's Bojan Bogdanovic, who we should be able to maybe even move up for or move up with on draft night, package him with our first round pick. There's Marcus Sasser, 10.5 points, 35 from 3. I think he will keep progressing as a shooter. There's Jalen Duren, who's probably locked in as our starting center next year. Steph Curry, Western Conference Finals MVP, and Giannis in the East. The 2021 and 2022 champions going up against each other, and the 2022 champions prevail. So LeBron retires after this season. He's like, what happened to the game I love after seeing the Pistons play that poorly? All right, so draft lottery time. We are at number 8. We are going to be able to keep our pick. Please, lottery gods, be on our side. Do not make me fall to 10. All right, don't drop me to 10. Please don't do it. Okay, so at least we don't drop to 10, which was possible. We can very well drop to 9. Don't let that happen, please. Oh my God, are you kidding me? The Bulls get lucky and they jump into the top 4. So we have this abysmal season and we end up with the 9th overall pick. It sucks so much to be a Pistons fan. Of course, teams that also suck like the Wizards and the Spurs, and they're picking 1 and 2. I'm not going to fire Monty Williams, but if we have another very poor season, he might go. Oh my God, Steven Silas is an assistant. Maybe that's the reason why they're doing terrible, I should say. So we do have Cade Cunningham becoming a restricted free agent next year. He's going to get the bag. Speaking of bag, Marvin Bagley, are we able to get off that contract this offseason? We'll see. I do want to move possibly him and Bojan this offseason. All right, I'm glad I kind of waited on Bojan. I want to see if I could trade him to Dallas for Josh Green, maybe buy low on his stock a little bit. I think he could be a very good bench player for us, and we'd get picked 32 in the draft. Would they accept this? And they do. Okay, so we land 32 and Josh Green, who can be here for a while. He's under contract for 3 years as a nice wing off the bench, and that's something we need as a franchise. So let's see, does somebody really good fall to 9? Alex Sarr is the number 1 overall pick out of, well, the NBL. He's a France guy. Cody Williams goes number 2. Whoa. The brother of J-Dub on the OKC Thunder. Nikola Topic goes 3. 4 is Ron Holland. He ends up falling a little bit. Isaiah Collier goes 5. 6 is Zachary Rissacher. 7 is Tyrese Proctor. And 8 to OKC is Donovan Clingan. So there are some very good players still on the board, like Stephon Castle, like Justin Edwards, Matas Buzelis, DJ Wagner, Jacoby Walter. And I'm going to go with Stephon Castle with this pick here. So we have 2 guys that could be either a point guard or a shooting guard next year in both Cade and Castle. This means Jaden Ivey could be on the trade block for sure. Or Marcus Sasser. I don't think we need Ivey and Sasser off the bench. All right, and I'm going to trade Marvin Bagley and a second round pick in 2025 for Philip Petrusev and Chris Duarte. We're going to free up around $6 million with this trade, and we get some more wing depth in Duarte. So we have the 32nd overall selection, and I'm noticing Ryan Dunn is here, Judah Mintz, Riley Kulig, Bobby Klintman as well out of the NBL. You got Bronny James down there. I'm going to try to snag Ryan Dunn. We're voting up on wings this offseason. Some of these guys have to pan out. We've acquired Chris Duarte and Josh Green, and we've drafted Ryan Dunn in the second round, which is an absolute steal. And we did have one more second round pick, and I'm going to take Bobby Klintman out of the NBL. He was at Wake Forest last year, could have been in the draft, and then kind of withdrew his name and then decided to go play in Australia, New Zealand area in the NBL. So we are going to sign Castle, Dunn, and Klintman. We're going to sign all 3 of those guys. We're obviously going to pick up the team option on Jalen Duren. Ivy, we're going to pick that team option up. Possibly could be on the trade market. We'll see. And we are going to obviously have to bring back Rashawn Holmes as he accepts his player option. Wiseman, I'll get the qualifying offer too. Same with Hayes and Livers for now. The odds of those 3 coming back are very low though. It's a new regime here in Detroit. Troy Weaver is out. I'm in. Like I said, we're not a free agency destination. The only signing I'm going to make is bringing in Kelly Oubre. Remember, he was traded for Bojan Bogdanovic, which was like kind of a crazy deal when it happened, but it's, I guess, kind of worked out for Utah, maybe a little bit more. I'm going to give him a 1-year deal with $13 million, definitely an overpay. Well, first I have to release somebody before I do that. That will be Philip Petrusev, who we got in that Kings deal. So yeah, it's going to be a 1-year deal worth around $12 million, and he should accept that. I'm not going to go after Pascal Siakam or anybody else. That means we are going to renounce the rights on James Wiseman, Knox, Joe Harris, probably Killian Hayes as well, but we're going to keep it open for Isaiah Livers to come back potentially. So going into next year, hopefully we see some progression. Cade and Castle, I believe, is going to be the backcourt. We'll have Sasser and Ivy off the bench. We have Burks and Dunn. I feel like Dunn doesn't really need to be in the G League. He's NBA ready. Asor Thompson, Green, Duarte. We have Beef Stew and Bobby Klintman, and we have Duren, Olynyk, and Holmes. It's not bad. I think we can be a little bit better as long as we keep progressing the youngins. So we do get Isaiah Livers back on the qualifying offer. We do see Cade Cunningham progress. Same with Asor Thompson, Ivy, and Jalen Duren. We see a little bit of regression from the veterans like Olynyk and Burks, but we do need some grown-ups in the locker room. That's why I brought back Burks and brought in Kelly Olynyk. It just said we were eliminated from something. That must be the summer league. And I do think we need some offensive firepower off the bench. So that's what Jaden Ivey is going to be for us. He's going to play 30 minutes off the bench. I think Josh Green can get like 23. We're going to go 17 to Sasser and Olynyk. And then do I want to play anybody else? Do I want to play Ryan Dunn or Alec Burks? I think I'm going to play Alec Burks for now, but Dunn could definitely get in throughout the regular season. I think Klintman will be in the G League. So Stephon Castle is going to get like 27 minutes a night. We're going to go 34 to Cade. I got to find at least probably 4 more minutes to give to Jalen Duren. So we're just going to subtract some of these. Let's go 31 to Duren and 25 to Beef Stew is fine with me. I don't think he's really the long-term answer at that power forward spot. We're 3.5 star pace and space. Like I said, I'm going to send Bobby Klintman to the G League, the Motor City Cruise. First game of the year. Can we get a dub on the road? Nope, we ended up losing. Stephon Castle on his NBA debut did have 25 points. Cade had 25 and 9. He's going to be playing off ball a little bit more, which should ease the load for some of his offensive usage. He does go off there in the second game of the season, and then we do beat the Bucks by 10. Okay, so we did win our 3rd game of the year. I'm excited to see how this team plays out, and hopefully we can at least be somewhat near 500 at the trade deadline. All right, so we're having a very good season. We're 32 and 15. I did update the simulator difficulty to 60 because maybe it's just too easy with the Pistons on 50. I also, before this video even started, changed the player progression to 35 and the regression to 65. So we'll see if that even affects it at all. Obviously, this team is very young, so we're bound to see more progression than regression. So we're here at the trade deadline, 17 games above 500. We are 33 and 16, still 5.5 games back of Cleveland, though. We take a look at the scoring from this season. Our top guy has been Cade Cunningham as more of a shooting guard. He's still averaging 5 assists, 5.5 rebounds a night, 48 from the field, 42 from 3, and 88 from the line. Jalen Duren, though, I think should win most improved this season he is having. Jaden Ivey, 15 points, 5.5 assists, 37 from 3 off the bench. Stephon Castle in his rookie season is averaging 4.7 rebounds and 4.6 assists, having a 35% three-point percentage. Asor Thompson, a little bit better efficiency this year. We'll take it. Josh Green, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. I need you to play well for us off the bench. And he is not doing that whatsoever. I do want to see if I move K to a shooting guard. He actually goes up in overall, so we're going to do that. I don't think I'm going to make any moves at the deadline. So I will see you guys at the end of the year, and it looks like we could be a top 3 seed in the East. So Nikola Jokic won MVP last year. Luka Doncic wins an MVP this year, also averaging a triple-double. Alexander Sarr, the #1 overall pick, is your Rookie of the Year. That's pretty cool. 6th Man of the Year goes to Cam Thomas on the Brooklyn Nets. Giannis is your DPOY. Bowen Tylen most improved. De'Aaron Fox, Clutch Player of the Year, and Coach of the Year goes to JB Bickerstaff. So Stephon Castle did make All-Rookie First Team. Kind of upset that Jalen Duren didn't win Most Improved. We finished the season as the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're going to be taking on the Charlotte Hornets in round 1. Obviously, an elite point guard in LaMelo Ball. They have James Bouknight starting at the 2, Brandon Miller at the 3, Bridges at the 4, Mark Will at the 5. For some reason, they had Brook Lopez. They have Tyus Jones, PJ Washington, Obi Toppin, and Nick Richards. Cade Cunningham was our leading scorer. Then it was Jalen Duren, Jaden Ivey, Stephon Castle, and Asor Thompson. That is a nice core 5 to have. We'll see who can kind of emerge. I mean, Marcus Sasser is an elite 3-point shooter, so I feel like him and Ivy can be that backcourt off the bench. Josh Green was a little bit better since I last talked to you guys at the deadline, but I mean, a little bit disappointing, can't lie. Isaiah Stewart, we may look to move in the offseason. That could be a possibility, but we'll see. I think Kelly Olynyk did a great job for us as a backup big. So for the playoffs, we definitely want to construct a different rotation. I don't think Alec Burks is going to be in it. I think Olynyk needs to play more than Josh Green just because Josh Green has been such a disappointment. I think Sasser deserves 22 minutes because of his 3-point shooting. I think Castle is still going to start. I mean, Ivy's going to play more minutes. I think Castle can get 28. We're going to go 37 to Cade, 32 to Asor, and then probably 33 to Duren and 30 to Ivy off the bench. We're up to 4-star pace and space. Can we beat Charlotte and advance out of round 1? We're up 3-1, and we don't blow a 3-1 lead. We end up going to a game 7 in which we won by 4. Wow. Wow, what a good game. 136-132. If we look at the stats from this pretty decent sample size, 7-game series, Cade Cunningham was the leading scorer. Stephon Castle 62, 54, 94 splits. Jaden Ivey, 17 points, 6.5 assists. The efficiency, though, wasn't great. There's Jalen Duren averaging 17 and 14, man. He is a beast. He's going to get paid. And Ausar Thompson with a phenomenal 7-game series for sure. So we're taking on Boston. It's going to be a tough test. They have, obviously, there's like star-studded starting 5, but their bench is weak. So we'll see if we can beat them in advance of the conference finals. We end up losing in 6, unfortunately. You have Philly finally making it to the conference finals, going up against the Boston Celtics, who they could never beat. We ended up losing by 2 points in game 6. Damn, we almost came back there in the 4th. Duren had a solid game here. Ausar definitely struggled, 38 from the field. All right, you know what? I'll take a round 2 exit. I didn't think we were going to even make the playoffs this year. You have the Thunder and the Celtics in the final. Celtics beat the Philly. I mean, what else is new? And the OKC Thunder win it all with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander being your finals MVP. The Lakers, without LeBron, were 1 seed and made it to the conference finals. Were they better without LeBron? Damn it, Kelly Olynyk actually retired. I was going to want to bring him back. Bojan Bogdanovic ended up retiring as well after 1 year in Dallas. Okay, Jersey retirements, Blake by the Clippers, Lowry by the Raptors. Our pick is lottery protected, so we will not have a first-round pick in this draft. It's going to go to the New York Knicks at number 23, which is fine. I don't really want to add another 19, 20-year-old to this roster. I want more veteran caliber players. We're going to try to steal Will Hardy to be our top assistant. So yeah, Monty Williams earns another year as our head coach. All right, so we ended up having the 31st pick in this draft. So we took Marco Jackson out of Kansas. He may be used as a trade piece because I still want to find an Isaiah Stewart trade. The number 1 overall pick was Trey Johnson. For some reason, Cooper Flag fell all the way to 3 for the OKC Thunder to select. Dylan Harper, who just committed to Rutgers, goes number 5, also to the Thunder. Damn, that's insane. We are going to pick up everybody's team option here. We are going to give Dorte and Livers the qualifying offer. I know, like, I didn't even really use Dorte that much last season. Obviously, we're going to pay Cade Cunningham a ton of money. Oh my God, Lauri Markkanen is a free agent. Could I get Lauri to come here? Would I want Lauri? I would want Lauri. All right. Would Lauri Markkanen sign here? He played college in Arizona. He's from Finland. I mean, there's really no connection, I feel like, with any NBA team. I will offer him a boatload of money to be my power forward. I will give him, actually, I will overpay for him. I feel like we have to do that. No trade clause, player option. Yes, we are going to outbid for him. And if I do think I'm going to get him, I do want to move Isaiah Stewart in a salary dump, probably with Alec Burks as well. I know I said we weren't going to be a free agency destination team, but we just got bounced in the 2nd round, and it's not like I'm going out and signing Giannis Antetokounmpo. We are going to try to go out and sign Lauri Markkanen, who's still a damn good player, don't get me wrong. So I wonder, would you guys give me Kyle Anderson and this Hawks first-round pick for Isaiah Stewart and Alec Burks? We'd be freeing up, what, around $17 million with this trade. They say no. All right, would you prefer to just give me this swap best with Boston in 2028? No? Really? I'll give you the 2nd. Does that get it done? Oh my God, you're really coveting that first-round pick? Wow. All right, this is how dumb 2K is. Because the original trade is you're giving me Chicago's first rounder next year. I wanted a worse pick than that. So whatever, I'm taking it. Now, it looks like we are going to go out and sign Lauri Markkanen. Let's go. We're going to renounce the rights on Holmes and Dorte. And we will still have enough to sign Cade Cunningham. The Mavericks tried signing him. We're obviously going to match that. So yeah, welcome back, Cade Cunningham. Welcome, Lauri Markkanen. He's played for 2 other Central Division teams before in the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Chicago Bulls. Now, with us trading away Alec Burks, I wouldn't mind. I don't know. I want another veteran wing, but we do have Ivy and Josh Green off the bench. Okay, I do want another veteran big now that Kelly Olynyk left. Oh, but I'd love Santi Aldama. Could I sign Santi? I would love that. 2-year deal. Would they match that? Let's go. I do need one more center, so let's go out and bring in Steven Adams, a nice veteran for this locker room. Boom, there we go. All right, so let's take a look here at player progression. Cade Cunningham is up to a 91 overall. Ivy, number 2. Debating if he still wants to, like, if I want him to come off the bench, but I kind of don't hate that idea. Markkanen's going to be moved to the 4. Obviously, we have Ausar Thompson at the 3. Duren balled out last year. We got Charles Bassey as the backup 5, which was honestly an under-the-radar trade for us now because we kind of needed that center because Adams did regress. I don't know if Klintman or Dunn is going to make the rotation, but I like this team a lot. All right, I know it's going to be a shame to have Ryan Dunn come off the bench or not even play next year, but I think this is what it's going to look like. And we do have like a Marco Jackson in our back pocket in a trade as well. So it's going to be Castle as the starting point guard. Cade is the shooting guard. Thompson, we'll have Markkanen, Ivy off the bench. I want to just get a couple more minutes to Lauri Markkanen. So we make it like 12 to Bassey. We have Aldama getting minutes. Green only 15 just because he was disappointing last year. And let's go 34. No, we'll do 33 to Markkanen, and let's do one more to Jaden Ivey at 29. There we go. System proficiency is 4-star pace and space. I do want to move Markkanen back to the power forward where he may go down, which was expected, and I think his backup position, instead of small forward, let's make it a center. I know he's not going to be the greatest defender in the world, but I want to see what it can do. So first game of the season is at home against Boston. This would be a nice revenge game if we could pick up the win. And boom, we win 120-114. Hell yeah. All right, so at the trade deadline, we are 38-13, which puts us as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're going to be up there with some other Central Division teams like the Indiana Pacers with Halliburton, who just went off against the Milwaukee Bucks in the semifinals of the in-season tournament. And then you got the Cavs there who have Nikola Vucevic off their bench. So I'm debating if I want to add anybody to this team, like Cade Cunningham, elite shooter, just an absolute elite shooter as a shooting guard for us. Lauri Markkanen, shooting 35 from 3, 92 from the line. I will actually take this season from him. Jaden Ivey averaging 17 points off the bench, 37% from 3 as well. Duran's averaging a double-double. We have Stephon Castle averaging 6 assists a night. There's Ausar Thompson averaging 13, 8, and 6. Damn, I just wish he was a good shooter. It would be a little bit better. Just, can we combine Sasser's three-point ability with Ausar Thompson? We'd have, like, the best player in the league. So, Ja Morant wins MVP at the end of the 2025-26 season. Isaiah Evans, Rookie of the Year on the Warriors. Cam Thomas, Sixth Man of the Year, dropping 25 a night. Okay. Nobody got an award on our team as we are the 1 seed in the East. We'll be going up against Toronto in the first round of the playoffs. They have a very similar team to what they got now. They also brought back Fred VanVleet, who just has terrible efficiency. But yeah, here were the numbers that we ended up finishing off the season with. Did Josh Green bounce back? He did. Yes, he did. In great fashion. You love to see it. So for the playoffs, Aldama, who did shoot well from... I thought he shot well from 3, but maybe not. He's not going to play. Bassey's going to get like 10 minutes a night. I think Green and Sasser, 17 is good. 30 to Ivy. Now let's go 32 to Duran. We'll go 34 to Markkanen. We're already at 36 for Cade. Let's go 37. 32 Thompson. 31 Stephon Castle. We are a 4.5-star balanced team. Game number 1 against Toronto, we ended up losing. Oh, that's not good. 2 for 13 for Markkanen. Come on, Markkanen. Do not shoot me out of these games. Oh my God. We just got blown out in the first 2 games. You gotta be kidding me. Cade, can you please take over? All right. We aren't gonna get swept. We won in overtime. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. We are a 1 seed for nothing. Nothing. We tied up 2-2 at least. Ausar with a 28-point performance and knocks down 6 threes. Hell yeah. Game number 5 goes to Detroit. We end up winning 3 in a row. That's what I'm talking about. And can we win in 6? Okay, so we end up winning 4 in a row after going down 2-0. I guess I'll take it, Markkanen, with a really, really, really poor performance in round number 1. And we're taking on the Miami Heat, who are the 4th seed, who have added Drew Holiday and Patrick Williams to this team. Well, that's a really good defensive squad. Game number 1, we ended up winning by 3 because of Cade Cunningham. Game number 2, come on, let's win this. Nope, we ended up losing by 7, so we split the games at home, which is fine. Can we go up 2-1? Yes, we can. We end up winning by 12. Markkanen with a 25-point performance. Ivy, 20 points on 9 shots. Game number 4, boom, we're up 3-1. We held them under 100. That's a great defensive performance. Can we not blow a 3-1 lead? Please. We lose game number 5, but we win game number 6, so we won in 6 for the first 2 series. Game number 5, we ended up losing by 7 at home, but then on the road, game 6, we ended up winning by 14. Shout out to Stephon Castle, who almost had a triple-double. But we're taking on Cleveland, who 2K really likes, and they have Nikola Vucevic off the bench, as well as Trey Jones, Max Strus, and Jonas Valanciunas. Just plenty of big men. Game number 1 goes to the Cavs by 11. Okay, this is going to be a tough series. Don't get swept. I feel like this might be rough. We do win by 3 here in game 2. Sasser had 16 points in 17 minutes. Come on, win game 3. Damn it. Oh, we lost by 3. Why do I feel like we're going to go down 3-1? Yep, there it is. We ended up losing by 16. Can we force a game 6, please? Nope, we end up losing in 5. We get blown out. That sucks a lot. You have a Cavs. Oh my God, wait. The Mavericks, no way. They have Luka and Tatum. Oh my God, they have Luka and Tatum. That is insane. Oh my goodness. And they swept the Cavs in the finals. Tatum is your finals MVP. So we see Chris Paul, Mike Conley, Russell Westbrook, James Harden retire, and John Wall. Bunch of point guards from the 2010s. So draft lottery time. I believe we had a Mavericks pick here that could be in the lot. Oh my God, yeah. San Antonio, you wanted to give me that Bulls pick? Well, it could be number 1 here, and it ends up just falling to 3. So we have the 3rd overall pick in the draft. We also have 30 via Dallas. We're going to keep Monty Williams as our head coach still for 1 more year. All right, so I think I'm going to make the 3rd overall pick selection. I mean, I love my starting 5, and why not add another forward to the bench, or maybe it's a backup 5. So the number 1 overall pick's actually getting traded for who? For Kristaps and Mitchell Robinson. Okay. So the Celtics, I assume that's the Celtics, had two former Knicks centers in Kristaps and Mitch Rob. They end up trading number 1 and a 2028 pick, and they get AJ Debance. Oh my God, the Celtics, that's a very nice pickup. I guess it's going to substitute the loss of Jason Tatum, because I forgot, yeah, they don't have Tatum, and then there goes Boozer. All right, I wanted one of those two. So we're going to take Koa Pete with this pick. He is a 6'10 power forward out of Arizona. We're going to take Jaren Stevenson here with the 28th overall selection, which is our pick. Not sure why just a random Nets player shows up. I don't know if that was Noah Clowney. I don't want to say it is because I could be completely wrong. And I'm going to take Dash Daniels here with pick 30 out of Australia. So Pete is a 77 overall. I guess we could have taken Darren Peterson, but let's sign Pete Stevenson. Wait, did I just say no? Darren Stevenson. Yeah, we took Jaren Stevenson. We're gonna pick up Daniels and Darren Holmes we got in the second round. We're gonna pick up everybody's team option there. Bobby Klintman, Ivy, Dunn, and Duren are all restricted free agents. I'd like to bring back all of them, even though I never really played Dunn or Klintman. Yeah, we're gonna bring these guys back first. So we get Bassey back on a 3-year deal. I will match any deal Duren or Ivy gets. Ivy's gonna be an expensive 6th man. I mean, we do get Duren back a little bit more than 25 million a year, around 28. As for Ivy, if he gets like a 5-year deal worth 182, I feel like I have to start him now, right? Player progression as Cade Cunningham's a 91. And he may have peaked there. It says 92 in the top left. Asor's up to an 89. There's Jaden Ivey, Lowry Markkinen. All right, a lot of progression. You'll love to see it. All right, so this is what the rotation is going to look like. It's going to be, yeah, Ivy in the starting 5 with Cade Cunningham, and then we will have Asor Thompson at the 3, Markkinen at the 4, Duren at the 5, with Castle, Sasser, Pete, Green, and Bassey off the bench. This team could win north of 60 games this year, maybe even 65. Oh man, we start off with a bang to start the year. Hell yeah. All right, so we are 40-11 at the trade deadline. There's a good chance that we can win north of 60 games this year. We have a 4-game lead over the Cavs for the number 1 spot in the Eastern Conference. If we take a look at just maybe the power rankings, we're number 1. Shout out to Memphis with Carter Bryant. Okay, James Wiseman at the 5. No way. Staying in Memphis, which is cool because obviously he went to school there. Where are the Dallas Mavericks? Number 8. With Tatum and Luka. Okay. We take a look at the player stats throughout the season. Cade Cunningham is the number 1 scorer, followed by Markkinen, Ivy, Asor, Castle, Duren, Koa Pete. This team has so much balance to it. We are almost 5-star pace and space. Let's go out and win the 2027 championship. Come on. We need to bring it back to Detroit. AJ Debance is your rookie of the year. I mean, it worked out. I guess they traded Kristaps and Mitchell Robinson for him. And that was, I think, Orlando, as briefly you saw Monty Williams got coach of the year. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Orlando that ended up getting Kristaps Porzingis, correct? Yeah, they could have paired up. Ooh, I mean, they don't have Franz anymore. I would have brought back Dybantsa, or brought in Dybantsa, or even Cameron Boozer and bumped him to the 3 with Banchero. We are the 1 seed taking on the 8-seeded Knicks in round 1, who have added Derek White, Jalen Smith, Jalen Johnson over time, so I added a couple of Jalens. Cade Cunningham was our leading scorer from this past season. Now, for the rotation for the playoffs, I think we do have to remove somebody. Bassey is good. Josh Green's good. I gotta play Pete, so it's either between Pete, Green, or Bassey. I feel like Bassey's going to be the odd man out, unfortunately. So for the playoffs, I want to go 37 to Cade. We'll do 33 to Ivy, 32 to Thompson, 33 to Markkinen and Duren, and we'll go 1 more to Sasser and Castle. System proficiency, so close to 5 stars. Round 1 against the New York Knicks. Can we win as a 64-win 1 seed? We end up sweeping them. That's what I'm talking about. We had a 21-10-7 performance from Asor Thompson. Let's go. Duren's playing 36 minutes tonight. Love to see that. Now we're taking on Orlando, who we just kind of went over their team. They added Mitchell Robinson, and they added Kristaps in the offseason. They have a very good bench, actually. Can we beat them and advance to the conference finals? And we do. We end up beating them in 6. It was a little close there towards the end. I mean, I got a little bit nervous. If we take a look at those round 2 stats, Cade Cunningham took over. Asor Thompson goes from playing so well in round 1 to so poorly in round 2 at times, but did average 7.8 assists. Now we're taking on the Central Division Indiana Pacers, led by Tyrese Halliburton. They have Ron Holland. They have Kuminga, Turner, a good bench. They have Rudy Gobert off it. Can we beat them? Boom! We end up winning in 5. They won game 1, and then we win 4 in a row. We have Duren versus Chet. Stud centers from the 2022 draft class going up against each other here in the NBA Finals. They have Benedict Mathurin, Dylan Harper off the bench. It's a good Thunder team, man. Oh my God, Flag, I forgot, but she hasn't been that great so far. So can we bring a title back to Detroit? Game 1, we win by 15, marking it with a 24-point performance. Game number 2, we ended up losing by 4. All right, that's frustrating. Not gonna lie. Game number 3, we end up winning by 17. Let's go, Asor with a triple-double. Please win game 4. Come on, let's do it. And we end up losing, oh my God, by 9. All right. All right, just don't lose game 5 because then I'm going to get nervous. Oh my God, are you kidding me? We lost by 6. No. Game number 6. Please win on the road. Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good. They're in the driver's seat. We really need to have a great third quarter. No. No. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Oh, we ended up losing by 20. Well, that's just a shame, isn't it? As the OKC Thunder win it all, and Chet is your finals MVP. On to year 5. There goes Steph, Jimmy Butler, Vucevic, Clay, McCollum, Gobert, Oladipo. Yep, I don't know though. We did go to the finals, so I'm like, do I want to bring back Monty Williams? I mean, I'm going to offer Nick Nurse a contract and Quinn Snyder and Eric Spoelstra, but I think we're probably going to just end up with Monty Williams back. We'll see. So day number 1, we end up signing Spoelstra. But I think I'm going to bring back Monty Williams. Just fits better with our system as pace and space over defense, like Spoelstra is favorited for. I don't really think I'm going to make any trades. The number 1 overall pick was Tugay Ozat from Turkey to the Wizards. Cool. We got Christian Hendricks, Bryant Rollins, and Junior Rogers. We'll sign all of them. We're probably going to have to release a couple. So we'll bring back Stephon Castle, let Darrell Holmes walk. We got Ryan Dunn, Asor Thompson, Marcus Sasser, and Elmarco Jackson. We're not going to bring back Elmarco. So we are going to pay Asor Thompson a lot of money and Marcus Sasser significantly less money. So Asor Thompson takes a deal from the Lakers, 4-year, 147. We're matching that. Lauri Markkanen is starting to regress at age 30. Interesting. Jaden Ivey averaged 8.9 assists last year. Definitely going to be my starting point guard again. All right, so it's going to be Ivey, Cunningham, Asor, Markkanen, Duren in the starting 5 with Castle, Pete, Sasser, and Bassie off the bench. System proficiencies, 4.5 stars. Let's see it at 5 at the end of the year. So we've seen like a different MVP every season. We had Jokic, we've had Luka, we have had Ja, we've had Wemby. I forgot who the other person was at one point, which I can easily pull up, but shout out to Carlton Harrington out of Pittsburgh, right? Yeah, winning most improved. We get Coach of the Year, 68 wins from Monty. We do get Asor Thompson on All-NBA second team. I did not expect him to get that over Cade. Cade gets on third team with his 23 points, 5.5 rebounds, 6.3 assists, and a 50-40-90 season from him as well. And Asor's on all defensive first team. Hell yeah, we got a bunch of awards this season. Now, if I wanted to take a look as the most recent MVPs, okay, Ja did do it in back-to-back years. We are going to be taking on the Brooklyn Nets in round 1. They still have Cam Thomas. They got still Ben Simmons running the point. Okay, they have Donovan Clingan off the bench, Johnny Davis as well. Here were the stats from the end of year number 5. We should be able to beat Brooklyn in round 1. Can it be a sweep? Yes, it can. In this sweep, we had Asor Thompson actually average the most points, very similar to what he did last year in round 1. Now we're taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers in round 2. Still have the elite backcourt and front court. Oh, this is such a tough round 2 opponent. Please don't lose this series. Okay, thank God. We win in 6, as Lauri Markkanen was the leading scorer here. Now we're taking on Indiana in the conference finals. Oh, they're so good. Tyrese Haliburton is so good, but it doesn't matter. We end up winning in 5. Let's freaking go. Asor Thompson, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, going up against Luka and Tatum in the Dallas Mavericks here in the NBA Finals, so it's not OKC. Dallas beat them in 7. Please don't lose this. Game number 1, we win. Okay, all right. We blew them out by 36. Come on, we're just 3 games away. Let's go. We're up 2-0. We beat them by 7. Come on. Can we win it in year number 5? We're up 3-0. Just don't blow a 3-0 lead, please. Let's go. We end up gentlemen sweeping them. We let them get game 4. We win game 5. And Cade Cunningham is now featured in NBA history, winning a finals MVP for the Detroit Pistons. It's their first title since 2004 when Chauncey Billups did it over 20 years ago. And let's freaking go. That's what I'm talking about. So if you guys did enjoy this Detroit Pistons rebuild, let me know how this team can turn it around in the comments below. Drop a like if you guys still are enjoying the rebuilds here in 2K24. I already did a Pistons rebuild earlier in the 2K cycle, but I was like, I gotta rebuild them again, man. They've just been so disappointing this year. I love you guys like always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.